Don't blink, it's your boy Yink. Welcome to the show. Continuing up with that, having a wonderful day on this glorious 14th of August 2025. I just got my phone yesterday, so it's a very nervous ink that's coming to you guys. It's a very, very nervous ink because we're not going to be able to do what we set out to do. What did we set out to do? Super, super, super simple. We set out to do a Lost recap. I got my phone yesterday. We were at season 2, episode 7. I'm gonna try to finish Lost season 2. If I can finish season 2 today, it would be amazing. Now I got some good news. Season 4, season 5, and season 6 are they're shorter. Give me a sec. I need to find the right tab. No, that's not it. So okay to tell me what you think about me. I won't try to argue. I hold it against you. Let's see, if that is it. Please. Give me a sec, guys. It doesn't work. I'm having a problem with the computer lately. When I say problem, I'm saying a little problem. And we're back. Sorry about this. I had to do a little bit of a new phone, guys. New phone. How nice is that? Yeah, we're not gonna have time to do everything, but if I can at least do everything I need to do today, I'll be happy. I'll be happy, guys. I'll be happy. Anyway, what am I supposed to do? We are back. Give me a sec. Good. Not perfect, but good. Good enough. I'm happy then. This is some good news. So, we are back with Lost. Again, you guys remember that we finished Lost last week at season...
Lost. We were together for only 1 week. They came.
There you go.
They came.
The meeting. So I think you can figure out what happened here. It's good. We did some good stuff. We did some really good stuff. We did season 2, episode 8 till 15, and 20 minutes. That's actually not 20 minutes, but 3 hours. That's actually pretty good. Then I started a review. Now I'm a bit nervous because this phone doesn't have a lot of batteries. 11%. Damn, that's not good. That is not good. So we'll fix it. So the first thing we have. Yes, I'm going to be using a second website. It's a streaming website to see Lost. It's just not the same. It's not as good. Netflix is great because all I have to do is go to these. There's the thumbnail that is super important. I made a mistake, right? I made a mistake where we talked about the flashback. So the first thing we have is the reflection of Sayid going kind of crazy and wanting to kill Ana Lucia. However, Ana Lucia, she has all of her goons, and Echo is able to stop Sayid, no problem. By the way, I made a huge mistake. Fun fact is, last time we watched the whole thing, we watched it season 2, episode 9, so this is not that bad. So you see, Sayid is fighting. He doesn't quite manage to get there. So now we have a flashback, which is kind of cool. The first scene is super cool because it's Jack and Rose. They're talking. Rose, which is again very maternal, very maternal towards the rest of the. This is hot. Vicious with the rest of the escapee. So in this sense, she is actually a welcome sight for Jack because who takes care of Jack, right? Jack takes care of everybody, but nobody takes care of Jack. I took that from. Give me a sec. Took that from. So the first one has no batteries. How is the second one doing? I pray. You have a lot more batteries on this one. So this is good. 40%, that's not great, but that's not bad. Okay. So now we're gonna take the preferred batteries. So Rose and Jack talk, and it's good to see you out of the hatch, which doesn't serve a purpose. But if we were to find a purpose, Jack has been in the hatch a lot, So this could be significant in the case of you don't take care of anybody but people in the hatch. Now, ultimately speaking, once again, we're looking for importance. It's not that important. Second scene is Kate getting to do some golf. Now, this is a very cool scene because, once again, it shows the romance between Jack and Kate. I am not giving up on those two. It's kind of sucky because you know that it's not really going anywhere. Are you still recording? You are. Nice. Good. I'm doing so much, guys. Okay, perfect. Good. Okay. It's not even funny how much I'm doing. Not complaining. It's a good thing we spent a whole week with no phones. I could have done lost by now, but it's okay. What happened happens. So there's this kind of romance between Kate and Jack, which could be important if you believe in it. The more it goes, the less you believe. The less you believe in it. So Jack is kind of teaching her how to play golf, which we kind of know there's nothing to do. Now, Ana Lucia is super cool because Ana Lucia, she sees just that other people are kind of doing well. Other people are okay. First of all, the first thing that Ana Lucia does, kind of show that she's going crazy, is they built a support system to carry Sawyer. And she's like, destroy this and take the vine that they did to use it as handcuff, which is again taking someone down who didn't attack them yet, right? And in this case, kind of killing someone else, because they're not killing Sawyer, they're leaving him to die. So now people, Michael included, are questioning Ana Lucia. Ana Lucia was kind of losing it. See, in the case of John, but it's different because Jack is a leader and Ana Lucia is a leader. Ana Lucia had to deal with people attacking her camp. Jack didn't have to deal with that. So in this case, it would be different, which is positive but also negative, because what's the point of having enemies if those enemies aren't doing enemy things, right? So Michael is taking care of Saeed. Everybody's taking care of Saeed. The cool thing is we see Jack and Kate getting together. The moment that they have together is so freaking rare. Now we introduce Echo. Now this is super cool because Echo comes in, and Echo is this big guy, right? And he's carrying Sawyer. Why is it a cool scene? Because you know, and I don't want to be like this kind of guy, but Echo is huge, and you know that he's carrying Sawyer, and he might have been the one that hit Sawyer. You don't know because he's very strong, and Sawyer is not the most liked person in the camp. So if it was you or if it was me, would I have accepted a stranger with one of the members that I don't like from the camp? Possibly not. You know, possibly not. I'm gonna try to call my father again. He'll call me when it's over. Okay, that's no problem. Because I feel like I want to play some Final Fantasy 2. Again, we have 10 hours to finish this. So everybody's taking care of Ana Lucia, but Ana Lucia, she's kind of losing it. She's becoming very aggressive. Now, Ana Lucia rules kind of by fear, by strength, versus a democracy. And in the case of, that's actually pretty sad. In the case of Jack, he had Saeed, he had Kate, he had John, take care of stuff. In the case of Ana Lucia, she had Echo, and that's it. And for the first 40 days, Echo was not talking. So that's actually pretty sad. So again, we're talking about the flashback that we talked about the last time. So Echo talks to John, and the cool thing is Echo is very religious, very very religious. He's believing in God. He doesn't believe the island as a deity. They're talking to John, and then even though they don't have the same religion, they're both religious people, so they can agree on fate. They can agree on, this is weird, this is not supposed to happen. Okay, well, this happened to us. What are the odds? You know, it could be a very important scene. I think it's this episode or next episode, but I'm not sure. Then he talked about Shannon and how she got killed, which means that Michael and Jack, they want to go and fight the others, but they didn't. They didn't bother asking why. Why was she killed? And I think it was an accident. And it's confirmed that's an accident later on. So we have this scene which is quite important. It's so hard to see out there. We have Sawyer taking care of Sawyer. And right away, what is really sad for Jack, again, we like Jack, he's the main character, is that Kate, she sees Sawyer and right away, she is there. It feels bad because it does feel like Kat and Jack got closer when Sawyer was gone. Now Sawyer is back. She only has eyes for Sawyer. However, in 2 episodes, we're gonna know why. We're gonna see why. I think it's the next episode. So yeah, she's very worried about Sawyer, which is something. We got Ana Lucia and Jen. Michael just run away.
Back out there. This man is the problem.
See, and Echo, once again, Echo is in the wolf den. So they're like, yo, gonna tell us where's Ana Lucia. And the craziest thing is Jack is extremely lucky. Because right away, and this is such an important moment, because Echo says Ana Lucia. And then Jack remembered that he met a girl called Ana Lucia, which is a very peculiar name, on the plane. So he knows that she might not be one of the others. So then that helps him say like, yo, we're not gonna kill you, we're not gonna fight you. Okay? So that is pretty good.
I know, guys.
Yeah, they have a lot of guns. When you see that, Jack is going on a warpath. He's going on a warpath to avenge Shannon, but there's so many problems. Everybody leave Ana Lucia. Everybody's like, yo, we're leaving you. You're dangerous. You don't think straight, and it's insane because Ana Lucia is the one to take care of them. Like I was saying, and if Jack didn't raise up, John would have raised up. If John didn't raise up, Kate would have raised up. You know. Now, how successful would be John? I don't know. How successful would be Kate? I don't know. How successful would be Saeed? I don't know. And then Sia is like, okay, I'm in charge, right? Again, kind of like a Rick Grimes situation where she's the cops, and it's like, okay, well, I'm in charge of it. So then her and Saeed talk, and she decides to free Saeed because she was a cop. And then she says, listen, you're gonna kill me, go ahead, I deserve it. Now Saeed and her have the mutual understanding of pain. And Saeed's like, yo, you're already dead, I don't need to kill you. Which I thought was really cool because, yes, she is suffering a lot. She is suffering a lot, and it's possibly a better thing to leave her alive, or to get revenge and to kill her, right? So I think that Saeed does the right thing here. She frees him. Everybody goes back to the camp. She has a deal. The deal is you give me half the bullets, half the medication. What she demands is not important. What is important is the fact that she wants to live alone. Now, there is a very sad scene with Ana Lucia, which I don't know how to explain. She tells Libby, which is the doctor I told you about, the nurse. She asked, whatchamacallit? She asked Ana Lucia, like, you don't want to go alone. And Ana Lucia, she says, I'm already alone. Now, there's a part of me that believes that Ana Lucia could be doing 2 things. She's pushing them away. She feels guilty because she killed one of them. She said, they won't accept me. But if you say that you're on your own, you don't associate with me, they'll accept you. You'll be part of the crew. You'll be part of whatever they have over there. And this is what you want, right? This is what you want. So if you're able to do that, you're going to be able to survive out there with them. I think that she's doing that. I think that she was like, yo, I will never be part of them. But if you tell that you're on your own, or she feels betrayed. Now, at the same time, it's harder for us to see, because usually speaking, right, we have flashback to show who the character, so they explains a lot. For example, we know a lot about Charlie. We know a lot about Kate, about Saeed, about Jack. We don't know much about Rose or Claire because we didn't have a lot of those flashbacks. However, most important thing ever. Season 2, introduce characters. Introduce the other 48. The other, not the others, the bad guy, but the other survivor of the plane crash. So by doing this, what you're actually doing, give me a sec. Okay, so that's gonna be good. Okay. It's the screen, and it's gonna be, yep. The first one, which is again, in my opinion, oh, what did I do? Which is again, the Ana Lucia. I know that I'm using a camera app because this camera isn't working properly. It's phone camera. So we're using an app that gives us a freaking ad. Can you believe that? I have to watch an ad to use a camera. This is unbelievable. However, I don't know if I wasn't connected to the Wi-Fi, if they would force me to use an ad, you know? So that's possibly a good thing. So the second one I'm gonna have is Echo. That would kind of mean that Echo and Ana Lucia are the most important. And what is weird is the next one I'm gonna have is Kate, gonna have Echo, and then it's gonna be John again, Jack again. But this is too dangerous. This is too close to me. I'm gonna knock it off on purpose. I bought this phone yesterday. Let's not break it. Okay. Next on this we have what? We have what? I have another page because I put something else. So yes, so she free Said, which is kind of cool, and we learned the saddest thing. The saddest thing was that she, so it's a shitty thing. It's not a shitty thing. We realized that she was pregnant. We have the return on the island, which is Sawyer's already there. Kate is taking care of him. Now, right away, Kate, when Sawyer is there, she forget about Jack. Michael's come back to Vincent, which is kind of cool. Jin come home, and it's nice because Jin wasn't like the most liked person. It's actually pretty well welcome, so that's actually pretty good. So we have Rose and Bernard having, well, who knows each other. Jin and Sun get back together, which is really freaking cool, gotta say. And got Jack and Said, and the sad part is Said takes another route, and everybody's on the beach. Doesn't want to talk to people. So it goes away from the beach. Okay, so now we got season 2, episode 9, personal message. Kate asks herself if something hunts her toward through Sawyer's. Locke and Echo discovered something about the movie. So you got Jin. Oh, I wish the lighting was better because I could show you Jin. The actor went to freaking boot camp, bro. So the very sad part here is we got the flashback story. It's from whom? It's Kate. So this is the flashback story of Kate. It's actually quite sad. So Kate, we know that she's a murderer. She know that she technically speaking, right? She said she killed somebody. She killed her stepfather. She didn't kill her boyfriend, but she killed her stepfather. So we know that she did something bad. We know why she did. So basically, the stepfather was drunk. He was abusive. He used to hit the mom. He used to hit on her. Not hit her, but hit on her. And he was an asshole. So what Kate did was she blew up the house. And she put an entrance on the house. And then she gave the money to her mom. So she just wanted to save the mom. First of all. Second of all, it's actually quite sad. Because we learned in that episode that the person who sold her out was the mom. The mom is the one that called the police and say, "Yo, my daughter's a killer." So that's actually quite sad because Kate actually did everything for her. So yeah, you're a bad mom, dude. You're a bad mom. If I kill somebody, my mom would say no. It was with me the whole night. There's actually a really cool part here where she runs away. Right? She runs away. She wants to see her dad. She wants to see answer from her dad. So she knows. So it's not very clear, but her and her dad, I don't think they're close, right? So what happened is her mom, she kind of betrayed her, so she goes to Dad and say, Dad, what should I do? And that's actually a nice guy. He said, I knew you were going to kill him. I tried to take you away from there because I knew you were going to do that. She said, Dad, what should I do? I'm going to have to call you in because he's part of the army. Now, him being part of the army is actually quite important because Kate did say that her father was part of the army. So by confirming that she didn't lie about that. So for a character like Kate not to lie, this is a big proof. This is quite important. We love that. See, it's nuts because Kate and Sawyers are very, very similar. Very, very similar. Sawyer has proven time and time again that when he lies, he lies. Kate has proven time and time again that even though you think she lied, she didn't actually lie. She was being truthful. She was being honest. So this is quite important. So she asked the father, can you give me an hour? The father's like, yes. And there, in my opinion, of course I'm a dude, right? So yeah. The father's a better person. And we learned that she didn't know her father a lot, so it's kind of insane in itself. Again, I just watched that once, so it's very hard for me to do so. Yeah. I love Kate. Kate takes care of Sawyer. I'll go with Kate first because I'll do a couple of different things. Last episode ended with the people coming in. I wish they did more with the people coming in because now they're just part of the except for the fact that they found each other. There's nothing more. There's nothing else, which kind of sucks. So basically, I'm also pissed because my father had to do something I didn't want to do. That's why I'm trying to call them to convince him not to force me to do something that I don't want to do. Yeah. It's hard for me. I just saw this one time. So Sawyer kids take care of Sawyer. And it's odd because, my apologies, Jack is coming in and there's a love triangle. The love triangle doesn't bother me that much. Kate and Jack are something. Kate and Sawyer are something. Kate, she's beautiful. Another choice on the island. Claire is with fucking Charlie. And who else is there? No, I'm serious. Who else is there? If I was with Jen, forget about it. There's Shannon, she's dead. None of those choices on the island. And it's only a problem when the two of them interact together. So for example, the scene Jack taking care of Sawyer. There's a really cool scene where Jack is like, you're gonna have to teach me how to take a bullet out with your own hand. So it's kind of pushing into each other. The relationship is good. The relationship is really good. So Sawyer strangled Kate. So what exactly happened was that Kate, when he was in a daze, he was infected. He had hallucination. He thought that Kate was Ana Lucia. Basically it. So yeah. So Kate also sees a black horse. Now the black horse is actually quite important. Why? The black horse is quite important because it could be her guilt, or it could be Sawyer. Sawyer reminds her of her stepfather and how he was mean to her. How he was mean to the mom. And she's afraid of that. She said, I don't want to do the same mistake my mom did. However, she says that mom really did like him and he had some good moments. So you remind me of you. And every time I love you, I'm reminded of how bad of a person he was. I thought it was quite sweet. I thought it was quite sweet because, again, you're pushing forward the narrative that Sawyer is the character that can be saved. Sawyer is a character that can redeem himself. Sawyer is and always will be somebody that pushes the envelope of, how can I put this? He's like the stepfather, right? They'll tell you that the stepdad was drunk, and this is why he mistreated the mom. Do I believe that? No, I think it was an asshole. And even then, in this episode, it's kind of sad because she got with the cops, and the cops, that was the marshal, right? And the cop said, I know what she did. I know why you did it. And he tells her exactly the story of how it went. And he's scary close. That I actually like that. So what else? I'm just gonna check out the flashback because I think I'm forgetting something. Yeah. So that's actually pretty good. So now we're back on the beach. We have the funeral for Shannon. The only one that wasn't there was Saeed. However, Saeed comes in later, and he's like, I didn't know Shannon. If it wasn't for the flight, I would have never known her. Is the funeral in itself, I'll be honest, is a very cool idea. First of all, I didn't like Shannon, so her being gone don't really matter. However, it is a perfect opportunity to show, hey, you remember this guy that joined the cast yesterday? On last episode? Yes, he's there at the funeral. So that I did like, I did appreciate. Jackie's partaking in it. Kate and Sawyer are there together. Yeah. You see, the cops is there. The cops is there and he arrests her. And it's funny because it's the same marshal. So, yeah, Jackie's worried about Kate because she's spending a lot of time with, with Sawyer. Now, the really cool thing here is Michael and the hatch. Michael, who didn't know the hatch existed. Michael, who see the hatch and says, yo, this is kind of nicely created. Talk about the blast door. Talk about how it was built. Not that we had a construction worker there. Actually quite cool. We have Jackie that asked Kate what happened. And Kate, she's like, yo, I'm sorry I'm not as perfect as you. I'm sorry that I cannot be doing everything. See, I think that Kate see a dark path ahead of her because of attraction to Sawyer and how she feel like she doesn't deserve better. Just like her mom felt that she doesn't deserve better. You understand? This is kind of sad. It's kind of sad. Now, we have a huge... Wait a second. Can't see because it's so dark.
Who was on the roster? No, they want to know why. None of the films were self-explanatory. Is it? Oh, I heard something about electromagnets. I'm just afraid of it.
Kate, she's going there.
What?
She apologized to Saeed because she wasn't there for Shannon. Now, this is cool because we did see a little scene between Kate and Shannon and Saeed. Guys, I'm gonna go in. You know what? Yeah. I'll get more chips. I'll get more of a good vision because, I'm gonna be honest, this is complex. This is not great. It's like the phone doesn't have enough batteries to film outside, so there's no point in staying outside. Oops. And we're back. Yeah, this should be much easier because again, I'm a visual learner, so it's very important for me to see. Much better, yeah. So we see the marshal tell the story of how he exactly knew what happened. This is kind of insane because of how true it is. Got Echo and John talking, and this is cool because Echo and John, I gotta say, the way they introduce Echo is such a good character. For example, this episode is gonna be getting closer to John. The next episode is gonna be getting closer to Charlie. Charlie, who we know is a choir boy. That's important, and it's insane because you see the film, and Echo has found another piece of the film, which is very, very, very insane because we know that they found it. Echo and here looks like a bad guy. I gotta be honest, but it's super nice. It is super freaking nice. I absolutely love this because they're so similar. Now, the next part of it is they're saying don't use the phone, don't use the computer to interact with people, which Michael does because his son is on the phone. So that's pretty much it. But the discussion of religion and everything like that is actually quite nice. Son is taking care of Sawyer, which is also super cool.
Call you back later.
There you go. That's important also.
Okay, the police and the U.S. Marshal.
Nice. Good. So yeah, so Kate, she tells them, she tells Sawyer that she hates how he looks. It makes her think about her stepdad and shit like that. Now Sawyer is awake, and he hears everything, and he's like, he reassures her. She's quite nice, and he asks her, "Are we saved?" So the insane part is the fact that he asks if we're saved, because it means that he still believes in it, right? Which is quite important. Now, there's also a lot of romance between Kate and Sawyer, which is super freaking nice. They work well together. John and Echo, as a group, they're amazing because they're both the most religious people and or spiritual. You know what? Let's say spiritual people in the place. So they have a talk now. Kate sees the black horse, and Sawyer sees it, and the horse just leaves, and it's a proof that you can move on. We see Jack goes to Ana Lucia and tells her, hey, everybody thinks that it's an accident, don't worry about it. So then as we see the message that says, hey, you're not supposed to use a computer for anything else, we know that Michael talked to somebody, and somebody is Walt. Now, do we know it's Walt? Not really. We have a backstory for Charlie. We have this. The funny thing is, this is where I stopped the first time. The backstory is Echo, and the backstory for Echo is amazing, 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 amazing. This is insane because this is basically where the first time I stopped. So they go in Nigeria. It's a very poor town. There's the guerrilla coming in, and they're recruiting. So they take this young boy and they kill the old man. And then Echo, because he doesn't want his younger brother to kill, he takes the place of the younger brother. So Echo comes in, and it's nuts. Echo comes in, and he talks to his younger brother. He says, yo, I have an opportunity for us. He has a lot of heroin, which, again, you know what's insane? I thought Echo is dealing heroin, and they found a plane from Nigeria because they have Naira, which is a money used in Nigeria. And they use the Naira. Claire doesn't trust Charlie when Echo questioned her on the statue of the Virgin Mary. Kate offers Sawyer a haircut. Who needs it? Wow, what a passionate episode. So yeah, so Echo comes in, and he's like, yo, he has thing to move. We learned that the kid that he killed, the kid that was supposed to kill, Echo killed for him, is his brother, and he's a priest. So Echo is like, yo, I want to use your plane to move out drugs. And the cool thing about this is, when asked why, Echo is like, yo, we're taking drug out of the country. Our people won't use it. And his brother's like, no, you're not a good person. I don't care about it. So they go in, and Echo has a bit of a group, and they really care about him, which is what happened at the very end. So at the very end, he forces the priest to go. He forces him to go. It's like, yo, I'm not gonna hurt you, but they're gonna hurt you. So he does it. Now there's the army that comes in, right? Because they know that something. It might have been the priest, his brother, that snitched. It might have been. So it's kind of nice.
I got it for you. I can't stop you. Go back to your tent. You don't get on that plane, Echo. You said my life was nothing serious. Save my life? Will you get on that plane? Please do this. I do want you. Are you a prophet? Please, Echo. Let me take a confession. Anything I can do, I will do. Please. Don't go.
Don't go. Yeah, the priest he called the army. So the army is ashamed. The priest is trying to stop them. He's trying not to hurt Echo. And this is the most insane part. His friend, they wanted he saw Echo. It's insane. It's insane. In the flashback, it looks like his friends are stopping him, but at the same time, he saved him. So he pushed him out of the plane because they didn't know that he was gonna make it. So then they find a plane. Echo goes in, and he literally find a plane here, and he find a guy with a gold tooth, which is the guy that pushed him out of the plane. This guy saved my life. So you know he was trying to protect him. So the soldier, they see Echo, and he thinks it's the father. So this is super, super, super important. That's pretty much the episode. However, there's more. There's Echo that sees the baby, and it's like, yo, the baby is actually super sweet. Baby brings together people. Everybody's happy when there's a baby around. Oh. Okay, good. Perfect. So, Claire tells Echo, Charlie has a Virgin Mary statue, and Echo knows that he knows that this is where they either Erin. So it's like, okay, maybe that's there it is, you know. Now the question is, how many statues there is? We don't know. Now this is kind of insane, right? Now Echo recognizes it right away. He breaks it and shows Claire that it's drugs. Michael asks John to teach him how to hunt. Now the problem is Michael lies, and he asks John to teach him how to shoot a gun so he can get his son. But this is character appropriate. Charlie is talking with Jin. He's making some music. He is motivated. Echo comes in. In the way it is said, Echo is like, yo, I'm going to hurt you. But no, he's actually trying to save him. Now, the cool thing here is I literally thought Echo didn't fall from the plane. I thought Echo was on the original plane from Nigeria, the one Boone died in. So this is kind of nuts. So Michael take the gun, and he's learning how to shoot it, and he's actually becoming a good shooter. So they find the plane, which is really cool because Charlie gets offended. He really gets offended. It's like, yo, I'm a good guy. You don't know me. Don't judge me because I use. I'm a good guy. I could have used before I didn't use. And Echo, they start praying together, which I thought was really cool. I like Echo. So Michael, he asks Kate to take a shift. Realizes to be, he wants to escape. Instead of to cover his shift, because he's not gonna be there. So Echo find one of his friend that is dead, which is freaking sad. They take the plane. Echo find his friend are dead. At least he has this. At least they have this. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is the opposite. Michael took the shift of Kate so he can talk to his son. That's the opposite. So Echo knows at least what happened to his friends. It's a very powerful moment. Echo takes the fluid from the gas from the plane and burns it, which again, super good. And he starts praying. I want to hear them pray. They come for me. No, dude, I want to hear Charlie too. I thought Michael was a bad guy. From no want. Super sweet. Ana Lucia is welcomed by Jin and Sun that brings him a fish. So this is super freaking nice. Super freaking nice because this is like, hey, hi, how are you? So now we have episode, season 2, episode 11, an enemy territory. So this is important. Jack, Locke, and Sawyer follows Michael, who goes. I'm gonna do this one and that's it because I'm gonna have to go. What is that? No. Should I call him again? I'm gonna answer. He's not that mad.
Votre correspondant n'est pas joignable pour le moment. Veuillez laisser un message après le signal sonore. Après savoir.
I'm mad, he's mad. Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna stop here. Jack, Locke, and Sawyer follow Michael, who's following the chase of Walt. Backstory here is kind of amazing. It's actually a really sentimental thing. So there's this guy who's a rich guy, right? and the rich guy comes to Jack because he has a tumor on the back, the backbone. Now this is kind of insane because Jack, guys, remember from the last flashback, Jack literally had a patient that wasn't supposed to make it, which is his wife, and he fixed her. So they heard about him, and they go to the hospital. Now, of course, Jack's father thinks that they're talking to him. Like, no, we're not here for you. We're here for him. We're here for your son. So you can see the pride of the old man. You can see the pride of the father be hurt a little bit. But hey, it's all good. It's all good. Now, now of course, Jack literally goes a shit ton of time. He really, really tried to help the guy. He's not able to help at the very end. So then he spends entire nights here. So that you can see that his wedding is not really working because he's more interested in the job than what he does. He comes back at 4 a.m., 4:30, 5 o'clock a.m. Him and the daughter, which is actually quite nice. I'm not saying that Claire, she's beautiful, but this girl is freaking incredible. So that's how the daughter, she kissed him. And Jack's like, no, I can't. I'm married. He wanted to. And there's a cool part. There's a really cool part where his father warns him. He's like, yo, there's a line, Jack. You just line and you know where it is. Meaning, you're about to cross the line that you don't want to cross. And then Jack comes in. He's like, yo, you know about line that you shouldn't cross, don't you? And he's like, and his father's like, not everybody can cross that line, Jack. You can't. So what he means by that is Jack is a better person than he is. He doesn't mind cheating on the mom. Jack would mind. So that's actually quite nice. That's actually quite nice. So then he come back home. He tell her that she kissed him. And Claire, she's like, I'm leaving you. I'm leaving you. I was leaving you first. It's actually quite sad. Actually quite sad. So here. Now this is where it's a bit harder because I only watched this once. We got more of it's insane. We got more of John and Jack. Whenever they have a scene, it is kind of important. John feels bad because Michael kind of used him, but it's gonna be super meaningful because later on they're gonna have a war, right? And the war in itself is gonna be important because John's like, I want to teach people how to use a gun, but now look what happened with Michael. And this is actually really well written because you guys remember what he did with Walt, the son. Showed him how to show a knife, how to use a knife. So the same with Michael. So that's actually quite important. Got more flirtation between Kate and Sawyer, which is actually kind of nice. Sawyer asked John what happened. Michael was there. Now, the craziest thing is how much I love this scene. Sawyer, Michael, and Jin actually became very close during the thing. So Sawyer's like, I'm gonna help you, and Kate's like, no, I'm gonna help you too. I thought that was really nice because this is the first time that Sawyer wants to present himself as a savior. Even then, there's another cool scene. There's hard to follow, right? And they're looking for him. They're tracking, and he leaves Kate behind, which sucks. It sucks. Kate goes back, and she tells Early to take her shift, but then they're fighting. Now this is insane because Jin, once again, it's one of my favorite characters. I absolutely love Jin. Jin is why I love Jin so much. Jin is the picture perfect of I want to help. I relate to Jin a lot. I relate to him a lot. I don't relate to Charlie. I don't relate to Saeed. I don't relate to Sawyer. I don't relate to Jack. I relate to Jin, the guy who wants to help but cannot help because he doesn't know how. So he hears and he's like, yo, something is going on. Please, what's going on? So then Sun, she asked Early, what's up? And I actually like that because look how she talks to him. Look how she talks to him. How can I say that? It is meaningful because they were outcast before and now they're cast. They weren't outcast because they were bad guys. They were outcast because they chose to be. So, look at this. I love this. Look at this. Please. Look at this. Oh, hey, Early.
Hello, Early. Hey. Who had it? Is Kate alright?
Michael took off. 뭐라고 한 거야?
See?
What do you mean?
The second Jin heard Michael, it was like, yo, what's up with Michael? Because he cared about Michael. And the relationship between Michael and Jin is very meaningful. Michael was not as important as the main cast, but it's still important to be part of what a big, and Jin caring about Michael and how he misjudged him and how everything they were going through is a misunderstood. They both forgave Sun, and now they're homies.
Why'd you pick Sawyer? After the census.
So John is questioning Sawyer a lot. Now this is also super important because you look at it, Sawyer and John never really spent time together. So he's asking a lot of questions to Sawyer. Now it's a bad place because you don't know why it's so important right now. You're kind of looking for Michael, so let's move along.
Because I don't care about Michael. Don't turn around, John. I'm not gonna get him to come back, and you know it. You know what happens when you just turn around and go back.
This is super nice. John and Jack have this. They have this argument. Jack's like, "Yo, we gotta get Michael." Just like, okay, let's find Michael. Let's make sure that he's safe. And Jack says, "No, I'm gonna bring Michael back." And then John, which I think in this case, John is right. John's like, "What if he doesn't want to come back?" But Jack is also right because if Michael doesn't come back, he's gonna be in trouble. He's gonna be in a place where he's not safe. So then you're in a position of, I don't know who's the good guy here. I don't know who's right, who's wrong. They're both right and they're both wrong. You gotta force somebody to be part of the group. However, you can't leave them out there on their own. Right?
But if I were you, that's gonna be on us. On you.
So Jack is like, yo,
Right, Jack. But if I were you, I'd listen to Mr. Locke.
so we have the first, this is an others. This is a really others.
Now,
Trust me.
Michael, he's not gonna find us. What do you want? Why don't you build us a fire, John? I think it's time we all had a talk.
This is very, technically speaking, the very first talk with the others. I gotta say, I actually think they're kind of cool. The others basically say, this is really cool. This is really cool because Charlie and Early are chilling. And they haven't chilled yet, which is kind of nice. So they build a fire and then they're talking to the others. The others like, don't worry about Michael, he won't find us and we won't hurt him. So what is really cool here is the other is actually quite meaningful. So this is so complex. This is so, oh my god, this is very, very hard to explain. This is gonna be a mess and a half. Okay, so the others, you heard him say about Mr. Locke, how he knows about Mr. Locke, he knows about Jack, right? So he knows a lot. Now this could be because of Ethan, because they mentioned Ethan here. So the other says, yes, we have Mike, we have Walt. Walt is a very special boy. Now, here's where it's important. Here's where it's a moral question. Here's where everything switch. First part. Walt comes in and he's like, okay, guess what? I want to be part of it, right? I want to be my father. However, this is called something called the greater good. Sacrificing Boone was possibly a request from the island. We sacrificed Boone, we had a lot of food, right? Cool. Walt, if you listen to Jack, which is right, Walt is a kid. But if you listen to John, Walt has a bigger place to play. He is kind of chosen, right?
Dan's house for the first time. You take off your shoes.
Look at this. This is very important.
Jack,
And I like
sit
this.
down, Jack. Nobody gonna hurt you. I come in peace.
He is coming in peace too.
You took Walt. Walt's fine. Very special boy. You said you wanted to talk.
So basically what he says is, this is our island. We don't care that you're on this island because you're stuck here. We know that you're stuck here, but this is our island. And this is beautiful.
My people. So listen carefully. Right here, there's a line. You cross that line, we go from misunderstanding to something else. Give me your weapons. Turn around. Go home. Down. She was following
They
me.
took Kate. They took
Like I
Kate.
said,
Okay, so he's right. And what he says, which is beautiful, is when he comes to a man's house, you take off your shoes without asking. Did you take his food without asking? We're allowing you to live because you're in a bad situation. You're stuck here. But you're only living here because we're allowing you. We could have killed you a long time ago. We just didn't. Now, I don't know if that's true. Because they did attack a lot of the people on the other side. So then he captured Kate. So everybody's gonna be mad at Kate because Kate was the reason why they were in trouble. However, the others, there are a lot of them. There's a shit ton of them. And it's insane. Now, Jack is mad at Kate because Kate didn't listen to him. However, Sawyer, again, Jack, Sawyer, Kate, Sawyer, Jack, Kate, triangle. Jack and Sawyer doesn't have a romantic relationship. They're different and they're looking for the same thing. They have it in common with a different approach. And Jack is pissed at her. Then Sawyer's like, don't worry about it. I would have done the same thing. So we got Son who tells Jin, I'm tired of you running away. You're my husband. I need you. I understand that Michael's your friend, but I need you. And Jin's like, yo, I'm sorry. You're right. And that's not being a bad friend. Ana Lucia and Jack are together. And this is possibly the most important part. Look. Listen. There you go. The most important part of the show. Jack sees him and he wants to take the fight. Problem is that Jack ain't gonna fight her. That's a problem. If it was Saeed, maybe John, even Sawyer for God's sakes. But you, Jack, you're too kind. That is it. I'm gonna stop here. We did 52 minutes. I'm gonna be watching more of it and I'll be back in about a couple hours.